You are live. It says, everybody, hi, Dion here. It is Saturday night. I know I'm coming on about 30 minutes early, but that is mostly because my beautiful guest, who you see right next to me, she is on New York time. So it's an hour later where she is, which I know is probably helpful for a lot of you guys that are on the East Coast. But I thought Becca is gone out of her way to join us this evening, and I'm going to have her introduce herself in just a minute and tell everybody a little bit about herself. I can see that she's at her studio, which means that we might get a shop tour if we're really, really lucky. Hi, Rob. Hi, Crystal Molina. She says, hi, Becca.
Hi.
Lots of our friends. Hello, Danielle Kaminsky. I'm so glad you guys are here. Lindsay Fuengi's on.
Our sweet and creative and power friends.
Yes, Lisa Dixon, how are you? Mary, I see you too. So as you guys pop on, say hello. Becca, I'm going to let you take over from here for a few minutes. Introduce yourself, where you are, and just kind of a little bit about what you do, babe.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Becca Miller, and I own Miller's Crossing Design. I'm in upstate New York in a small town called Baldwinsville. We are about 4 hours from New York City. We're more rural. And I have a store. I have a storefront, brick and mortar, and we focus on painted furniture. We teach many classes. We teach about 3 to 4 classes a week, excuse me. Let's see.
A week? Did you say a week?
Yes, we are doing about 3 to 4 classes a week. We are, yeah, and we are booked through December. So that's going really, really well. We have drop-in crafts on the weekends. We do custom work for people. When I can, I try to paint a custom piece to have in the store. Let's see, what else do we do? Interior design. So we help people with that. I love interior design. So my store is focused on a lot of home items for people to create and make their homes beautiful.
Yeah.
So, kind of a lot of things to, that kind of encompass our business. But I think you kind of have to be when you have a business, because you can't rely just on retail. So we're always trying to find ways to be creative and innovative and get people in the door. So we also do a candle class so people can come and learn how to make soy candles. We do succulent bars in the summer that people can come in and stop in and make a succulent. Let's see, we have an ornament bar that will start right after Thanksgiving, which is the perfect time for kids to come in. So we're always just trying to do unique, fun things to get the community together. And it's kind of a passion of ours to get women to be creative, and men too. But, primarily, I think we've had one man attended a class. Other than that, it's been all our ladies. So we love to help them be creative and to find that part of themselves that maybe they didn't know was there. Yeah. So that's kind of our mission statement, is to spread joy through creating. And it's very, very satisfying, and we love it. And we're excited to keep growing. I say we because I have a fabulous girl that works with me.
Yes.
And so we're a team, and we're passionate about getting people to be creative, especially now with everything that's happening. And, we believe that you can do it, and we can teach you to do it. So that's kind of our shtick. So
I love it. You guys, some of you may have remembered the other day, I've had Tahira Ansari on with Painted and More. And I've had some of the other ladies, like Llewellyn came on. These women are in my Empowered by Design group. And so part of our November whole session, our whole module, is over social media. And so part of the challenge is they've got to come on live with me. So you guys have an opportunity to meet them. I want them to showcase their work. I want to give them a platform for them to feel encouraged to do more live video on their page. That's the whole goal.
Yes.
As you can tell by listening to Miss Becca, she has a lot to offer. Like, she does a lot. She has a lot to offer. And I know how super talented she is. But now I want you guys to know also how super talented she is as well. So first, by saying I met Becca in 2017 at the very first, it was our first DIY
Mm-hmm.
boot camp. So she's also a DIY retailer. You retail IOD?
Yes, I have IOD. Uh-huh.
Okay. And so we met there, and she was in one of my very first paint classes. And I remember having her do the Dion or whatever. At the time, it wasn't do the Dion, it was just what I did. But it got trademarked at that boot camp
It
when
did.
Beth's daughter decided to call it that. And then
Yes.
Debbie just rolled with it.
Yeah.
So since then, you've opened up a brick and mortar, because in 2017 you did not have that.
No, I did not. I was in a few like small booths. So kind of what happened is I started right away with the classes. I thought this is a way that I can reach people since I'm in a booth and I can't really sell to them. So I started immediately doing classes, and my community really, really loved it. So then I just tried to find like spaces that I could do the classes in, because the place I was in wasn't great. And I would go to bars, I'd go to libraries. Like I was just a traveling class teacher person, whatever. And so then I just started thinking, I really want to do this. Like when people come in to buy paint, I want to talk to them about it. Yeah. I want to encourage them. I can't do that in a booth as much as I wanted to. I wasn't reaching people the way I wanted to. And so I started looking to rent my own building. But then this building came up, and real estate in New York at times can be very affordable. And the mortgage on this would be the same as if I rented somewhere. So we just went for it. It happens to be on the same road as my home, which I don't know if I should tell people that, but it is. So it's very convenient. So my hours are kind of weird because I do a lot of custom. So I feel like when I'm here, I can't get work done because I'm helping people. So my hours are kind of limited, but everyone knows that they can text me, and I'm really close to the store. So even tonight, like coming here, it's not a big deal because it's a 3-minute drive. So, it's one of those things, I just feel like it was meant to be. I really do.
So you mentioned earlier that you're doing right this time of the year, like multiple classes, workshops a week. So, and you're saying you're filling them up, which blows my mind. I mean, I know your numbers are probably a lot smaller because of COVID right now, like your actual, how many you let in your workshop.
We do 4 to 10 is all we allow right now. And they have to wear their masks, and they have to be I don't know if not necessarily 6 feet apart, but they have to keep their mask on.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I know you well enough, but is this something that comes supernatural for you, to be standing up in front of people and actually working with people and teaching them? Was this something that was an easy no-brainer for you, or did you struggle with this?
No, I definitely struggled. I mean, we've talked before. Our background is very similar. We were stay-at-home moms. We kind of stayed in our comfort zone with that. So I had pretty bad social anxiety. Like it was pretty bad. Like if we went to a party, my husband has a position where we have to go to a lot of events, and I would just my heart would race, and I'd be like, what am I going to talk about with people? So it's not natural for me. I definitely had to step out of my comfort zone. Now it's nothing. It's nothing. It's natural.
Now it's natural, especially when you're in your own store and you're in your own zone doing the things that you're good at.
I love to teach them because I want them to learn so bad. Like I believe in them so much. And I'm like, you got this, So I don't know. Now it's natural. Absolutely 100%. I'm not nervous anymore teaching classes. Not at all.
That's awesome. And that shows probably that's why you have so many of them, is because you do enjoy them. I mean, frankly, as beneficial as they are for your business, if you don't enjoy them, it does make it harder.
Yes. Oh, for sure. And it's not for everyone. It absolutely is not for everyone. And actually, I'm not even much of a crafter, to be quite honest. Like I'd rather be painting a piece of furniture or decorating. Like I'm not really into the crafts as much. So I really love to teach the painting classes where I teach you how to paint furniture. That's where I'm really excited. Okay. But the crafts, it's still fun to see them get excited and to create something for their home that they're not going to just be like, oh, it's okay, but I'm never going to hang this. Like, it's stuff that we're making with them that they can really, that they can use every year. That if we do, crafts for Christmas and crafts for Thanksgiving and things like that. So I don't know. I just love seeing them get excited about it, and I have a group that keeps coming back every week. They book a different class, and there's about 10 of them, and they all work together in a health office. And she said, we're all so stressed out. We don't know what's going on with our career and with our jobs, but we know that every week we're going to come and create together and have wine and just chill. And she's like, thank you so much for this, So, I mean, it's really, really, really rewarding. It's not how I thought it would start out, but it's one of those things where when you start following your journey or your passion, doors kind of open and things evolve and things change. And you're like, well, maybe this will work. Maybe this is a way that I can reach people. And it just kind of keeps morphing, as it goes. So I'm very grateful. And I love my ladies.
So Crystal Molina would like to know, what kind of classes are you teaching? So can you go a little bit like
Sure.
what you've taught and what you have found to be beneficial? And then even, I think it would be good for all of us to know even what you tried, but didn't really go over as well as you had hoped.
Okay, let me think. So I very first started with ceramic pumpkins. That was my very first class in 2017. And I found ceramic pumpkins on online somewhere, and I found a good price for them. And so I teach them how to make them look real. So we paint them, and then I teach them how to make it look like it rolled in a pumpkin patch. So it looks like it came from Pottery Barn. And that I've been teaching for 4 years now, and I book that one out every time. They love that. So that is definitely something that works great. Some of the wood cutouts that I've done didn't really grab people. I think I did a mason jar. I tried to do like a big wooden mason jar. And that's something you kind of have to learn, because you buy a bunch thinking they're going to sell, and then they don't. And then now you're stuck with these, So I think it's definitely trial and error for sure.
Yeah. And I think that's a fear for people, is they want to, they don't want to buy a bunch of stuff, especially when they start doing workshops. They don't want to buy a bunch of stuff and then have nobody come. And then what do you do with it? So you tried a few things, didn't necessarily work as well. So what works for you every single time you do it? What can these ladies watching think and put on their to-do list to do a workshop?
Anything personalized. They love trays with their name on it, established in, that kind of stuff. They love that. A lot of front door things work. Welcome, welcome to our home, door tags, things like that. Let's see what else. Cookie trays do really well.
What do you mean by that?
I'll show you. I can show you everything I've got.
So we're going to get a studio tour here in just a few moments too, you guys. Load us up with your questions, and then she's going to do a tour for us as well.
So, I mean, you have to keep in mind, I've been doing this for 4 years. So I have learned what works and what doesn't. I'm still, and of course I still learn. Buy small, start a class with 3 people. If they sign up and they like it and they talk about it, do 3 more. It's still getting people in your store either way, ceramic trees. They love those.
So are you letting them do that? Yes. Or you just have them for sale?
Nope, they do them. So they come white. They're unfinished. That comes with a kit and everything. Comes with the lights. We use DIY paint on them. And then we found a glaze at Home Depot that looks just like the glaze from the 80s. Like, it's a thick, shiny. They love it.
That is awesome. Is that a turquoise tree?
It's a turquoise tree.
My heart, it's thumping out of my chest.
So we have already sold 40 of those. The pumpkins were kind of the same, but they were a set of 3 pumpkins. We went through 85 of those. So the ceramics are great. The ceramics work really good. Yeah, like I said, anything personalized, like you can find these on Etsy. And also when you go to Etsy, if you reach out to any of the stores and ask them wholesale, a lot of them will give you a wholesale option. So it's like, this is a ornament, and we do something personalized. We use the IOD stamps on them. So that's another thing. We'll do classes where they learn how to use IOD molds. They learn how to use the transfers, that kind of thing too. So then we're also teaching them how to use the products that we have for sale. So those work really good.
I love that. And I have one of those from 1977.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're coming back around.
I get it out every year.
Yep.
It says Bomb Bomb on the bottom, and it's Matt's grandmother. It's 1977 was the year Matt was born.
Yep.
So Amber Hutchins says, dude, can I buy one and have it shipped? The tree.
I mean, possibly I could look into it for sure.
I love it. Heather Vargas says, I have the tree from the 80s. I didn't know they still made them. I'm going to have to paint my own. And then Amber says, sorry, I said, dude, LOL. I got excited. Amber, I find myself all day today. Like I was in Reclaim Warehouse talking to Matt and I said, bro,
it's because of our kids.
It's those boys. I talk like a boy. I talk like a 15-year-old boy. It's
we say dude and bro too. Yep, totally. So yeah, they're coming back around. I mean, you remember, at least in the 80s, my mom always went to the ceramic classes. Do you remember? Did they do that in Oklahoma?
My mom did not do that at all. She was not a crafter.
Oh, okay. Not a crafter. Okay.
Matt's Matt's grandma Bomb Bomb actually had her own kiln at home. And so every family member has all kinds of ceramics. She's gone now. But we have lots of things that she left for all the holidays.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. What's the glaze that you're using? Says Teresa.
Let me see if I can find it. Jules picked it up. It's at Home Depot. We found it.
Okay.
We were just using a poly spray. Big Top sometimes doesn't work great because they're not cured yet, and you need it to go. They need to leave and they need to bring it. And we ran into some of the other top coats pulling the paint off. Okay. So we just spray it for them. It's called triple thick glaze. And
Scoot it over in front of your face. There we go. Home Depot. It's a Rust-Oleum product.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
That was Julie Barney on there answering that question.
Hey, Julie. Yep. She found that for me. And Julie does she does most of the organizing of all the classes. So I'm pretty lucky.
You are.
She's very organized.
I'm so thrilled you have her. Well, while you were up, do you want to give us a tour of your store? I would love it so much.
Yes. So I'm trying to think the best way to do it.
They love your lighting. They already have said that they love your overhead lighting.
Oh, okay. So should I just turn it like this?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the workshop. This is where we teach the classes. Got a long table right here that they all sit at. We'll bring out another one if we need to. Let's see the ring. There's my staging.
How large is your total space, Becca?
I think I'm at 12. I think I'm 1,200 square feet. 1,500 maybe.
That's so
awesome. This is my staging wall. Right now it's piled with crap because that's one thing. It's so hard to keep everything nice because we're constantly moving stuff around to make room for new stuff. So this is the workshop. This is where we make all our candles over here.
Okay, so what is your most popular candle scents, Becca?
Vanillas. People love the cookies and vanillas. Pumpkin, all the fall smells. They love those. Okay, let's see. This is so awkward. Okay, so it's just this was a restaurant. When I bought it, it was a restaurant.
Look how big her sink got. Everybody, can we take a few moments to worship her washing area?
Yes.
Oh my stars, sister.
Yes. And we hang all our brushes on the wall. So this is the current. I try to work on one piece a week that's just creative for me that I want to put in the store. So this is one I'm working on. It's green on the sides. We're doing a black wax on it. It's got a pretty mirror that goes with it. So I wanted the drawers to look like birch wood, but I didn't want to go through the trouble of bleaching them. I didn't want to even go there. So I'm painting them to look like that. And we're going to put gold pulls on them. So there's that.
Okay, so you have your class station set up. Then you have your workstation, your actual workshop area where you guys work. And then, so what is this we're walking into here?
So this is also workroom. This is where the kitchen was. So we've got the commercial stove there. that we don't use. Maybe
Okay.
someday we will.
Yeah.
For, you know, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? We have a basement down there, which is nice because there's a doorway, there's a basement that goes down there. It's full, dry. So that's nice for storing furniture.
Wow, how wonderful. So you have a basement too.
I do have a basement. Yep. So this is the main part of the store.
So beautiful. What kind of lighting do you have up there, Becca? I can't tell what that is exactly because it's reflecting off your beautiful ceiling.
That's a farmhouse enamel light, and it's like a dark green.
So,
I think it's barnlight.com. I think I got them on. And then, you know, we do the string lights just to brighten everything up. So this was a seating area in the restaurant. So we opened it up. We put new ceilings in. It was actually drop ceilings. So when we opened it up, we found a beam, which we were really excited about.
yes!
And they're 12-foot ceilings, which is amazing. So we did like a little, for the bathrooms, we did a little roof over it.
Awning over it. That's
yes,
so cute.
Got 2 little bathrooms. So here we just have kind of like accessories. We've got, you know, bags and just trinkets. Another thing I found when I started having a store is a lot of people, I'm on a busy road, and they love to just hop in and grab a quick gift, especially during COVID because we did curbside pickup. So I've been bringing in a lot more gift type items, which it wasn't in my original plan, but it kind of makes sense.
For sure it does. It makes sense. I think if you can have that price point that starts at like $20 to $100, and then the bigger ticket items.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got the candles. My friend Aston, she's one of my best friends. She does hair and eyebrows. So we made a salon for her.
Oh my gosh.
And so she's in here.
That's so cool. So oh my goodness, she has a little space in there. So they can get stuff there too.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Annette McShane says, hello, Becca. It's so nice to meet you. Derek says it's great looking setup in there, and the size is great as well. Amber Hutchins says, okay, so when I open my store, can you just come and decorate my store? And I'm kind of being serious, she says.
Sure. And I actually love it because it's my most favorite thing in the whole world. So
it is. What I know about Becca is that she loves staging like myself, as much as I love painting furniture. Give me something to stage and I am busy for hours. Like, I take such pride in it, and it's so much fun for me. And Becca's the exact same way.
It's my favorite part. It really is. That and waxing. I love waxing.
So tell everybody what you put on the ceiling. And is it just?
It's I'm not going to say. Is it corrugated metal? Right.
Corrugated metal. Yep.
Yes, sheets of it. Yep. And then we did shiplap, but we did vertical on the walls. The Christmas tree is not quite done. I need to put the lights up there. Let's see. Christmas. We've got ornaments for everyone. Come in and find cute ornaments set up. Can you see that okay?
Yeah. Now, you said you're going to have an ornament bar. What does that consist of?
Okay. So we buy unfinished wood pieces, all kinds of little trinkets and glitter. And we have it just all set up, and we have different price points from $3 to $15, and they can come in and make ornaments. And we usually have hot cocoa available.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to have Santa too?
Maybe not this year because of COVID, but normally, yes, we did look into that. Yeah. Oh, and this is my DIY section. So when they first come into the store, everything that they need to create is right here. So we've got the IOD, we've got DIY, we've got everything they could need to get creative themselves. So
it's so gorgeous in there. I love your lighting. I love that you have a little bit of that traditional old school charm, but you are still staying current with your design. So I like that you have it so well mixed together. The ceiling is amazing. A bit late. Where is Becca's store? Liz Armstrong is asking you.
Baldwinsville, New York.
Baldwinsville, and that is about 4 hours north of Oklahoma.
I wish.
No, you don't.
Well, if I could get to you in driving distance, that'd be pretty nice. So
I'm curious. I know that you have 2 grown sons.
Yes.
And then your daughter is what, in junior high?
She's in 7th grade.
She's in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And so are they I know the boys don't live there, but like,
My 20-year-old is. He's back home.
He's back home. Okay. So do they help you at all at the store when you have events? Does your husband, is he there a lot, or is your,
um, not as much as I would like. I mean, if I need pricing, yeah, they'll help. If I have an event and there's a ton of people coming through, then yes. But for the most part, and I'm sure a lot of moms out there can understand this, you spend more time trying to tell them what to do and get them to do it. It's just sometimes it's easier to just be like, just no, go home and I'll take care of it. But I do make them break down boxes and put stickers on things, and they help. They help, but they're not here all the time. No.
My boys are not really that helpful. Holden is much more helpful and won't ask questions, where if I say, hey, can you do this, he'll just say sure and just do it. He doesn't think anything of it. The other one will be like,
yeah,
do I have to?
Yes.
Oh! And then it's just like pulling teeth. And so I'm like you, I just like, it's not even worth it.
It's not even worth
and it's not because he's mean. It's just like, he'd rather be doing something he's interested in, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm thinking if I had that 7th grade girl,
I know, yes.
In my mind,
she
I'm like,
gets a little older, like it would be, it's going to be perfect when she can run the register and that kind of thing. So I'm trying more and more to get her to come and help, but then I want to show you this one last area. So I have this big area here. This is the home part.
That's so beautiful. I don't know what I'm looking at with that light fixture, but I adore it.
That's from IKEA.
It's gorgeous. That doesn't look like IKEA.
It's IKEA. It's $65 on IKEA. I wanted a basket light so bad, and I just happened to find it there. I have
Carrie Johnston, honey, are you watching? I see Carrie Johnston is on here.
Hi, Carrie.
So, yeah, we've got to get that. That looks so good. And so when you say a home section, what all do you have there?
So most of my painted furniture is in here. And then, pillows, we have all our greenery. What am I doing? This is okay. All the greenery there.
Okay.
So they can come and pick out their greenery for Christmas. Pictures, things for their walls, cheese molds, like just things to make their house pretty. Always have to have pillows, blankets. So I have a dining room area set up. Over here is kind of more like general store. So we've got soups and sauces and entertaining things that they can use for entertaining. And then this over here we call the treat yourself. It's the treat yourself. It's all soaps and lavender waters and fresh lavender and inspirational type things like that. So
do you ever have vendor craft fairs? Like, do you ever have vendor events where you invite other people to come in?
I have not yet. Okay. And the main reason for that is because of COVID. Like this was my first summer. We really could only do it in the summer in New York. And this was my first summer here, and you just couldn't, so it's definitely in my goals for sure. I do have a lot of local artist stuff in here though. So, and then we have like a mantle so we can show people how to decorate their mantle.
I think that you should be doing reels, and I think you should stage a mantle differently every
I
week.
know, you've told me. I know.
But yet
I think it's just, I don't know, because I kind of get in the zone of decorating, and just the thought of having to stop and like teach someone how, I don't know.
No,
I have a million excuses.
No, don't give me excuses. You don't have to teach them. You just have to click video
just
and
do it. I know.
Excuses.
And then I've got all the pillows and that kind of stuff. And then back to the classroom. So
the classroom. Yeah. So we went into kind of like a little circle area, right?
It's like a big circle, and the work where we work is in the middle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is awesome, sister. So Julie says I'll make her work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jules. I appreciate you, darling. So what else do you do? Like if I were in the area and I wanted like a designer, do you do any home visits to where you kind of do a consultation at all, or have you
I mean,
kind of
I
had to
have, I
stop doing
definitely
that?
have. I think I've told you, it's not really my favorite. So, and it pulls me away from the store. So I'm kind of trying to get away from it, but you know, every once in a while, if a job that just sounds so great, I'll do it. Or if I know the person and they know that I have a hard time saying no, I'll do it. But I don't love it, to be quite honest. I like to decorate my spaces, and an empty home would be great. A flip would be great, but yes, I have done that. Especially if they want like a lot of furniture painted, I will come in and help them pick the colors and the finishes for their home. And what, and what would work, what wouldn't work. We do a lot of it virtually though, honestly. A lot of it is through video and talking and messaging.
Jasmine would like to know, what advice would you give someone when it comes to staging your store or your booth? So I know that's really a generalized statement.
No, I get it. And I still have a lot to learn, but 2 weeks ago we were in Waco and we went to Magnolia, and I really tried to take in like, what is she doing that works? And when I came back, and as soon as I could, I came back and immediately changed my entire store around. I mean, I probably worked way more than I should have, but probably 12, 15 hours, and I changed everything. I really feel like where she gets it right is grouping. You want everything to be like, if you have a bunch of white dishes or a bunch of green dishes, you want the green dishes to be in one place. You want the white pitchers to all be together. And you can stagger things in between those things, but you want that main focus of where their eye goes to be consistent. And I'm not great with words, but seamless. Does that make sense?
I think if it's cohesive, if everything
Cohesiveness.
well,
Yes.
and like Debbie noticed what you're saying, she noticed the same, because that's was one of the main reasons I wanted us to all go. For those of you that have brick and mortars, I wanted
Yes.
you to notice how. Now, I will tell you, and it's probably the same with you because you were there last year,
Yes.
like I was.
Yes.
It looks different, and
It does.
and it's all because of COVID. And I know that I feel like they rearranged everything. It didn't seem to be as full, but like
Right.
what Debbie mentioned is they would have one item and have it stocked really deep. So
Yes.
they would have fewer items and stocked really deep. And the reason for that would be because they have high traffic.
Right.
Whereas you can have
I
more of a
don't.
variety, but we have
Yes.
3 or 4 items.
Right. And but I still try to stack them so it looks full. And also, I've noticed with furniture, I can have a piece just sitting in the store and it will not sell. And as soon as I create a vignette with it, gone. Like
Yes.
staging, like say a desk, I stage it so it looks like a desk. There's pencils, there's paper, there's a lamp, and I think some people that maybe aren't as good as in envisioning what a piece can look like in their home, when they see it like that, it's like, oh, you know what, that could work, or I could see that in my home. So I definitely see where the vignettes really, really help with furniture. And then just a cohesiveness. I mean, it depends on what your vibe is. If you are a thrift store and you like the vibe of people digging and junking, then that isn't necessarily what you need to follow. But
Right.
in a home store like I have, it's very important to me that they feel calm when they come here, because I want them to come and be like, almost like oh, I'm home and I want to look at everything that's beautiful. And if things are just kind of random, it makes me anxious. So I know it's going to make them anxious. So I think cohesiveness is very important, and you can move things. Like I'll group things, and I might take, like, I don't know, a candle and put it on the other part of the store as part of a vignette. But for the most part, they know if they go to this part of the store, that all the candles will be there and they can go through them.
I think it's just for our eye aesthetically to see collections grouped together. I think it just is way more impactful. So
Absolutely.
And that's what when Debbie was at Jamie's store, she said she went and redid everything by grouping, because I think it also depends on if you only have one of every item because you sell like vintage things.
Right.
Whereas you have new items, you have candles, you have pillows.
But I do have vintage as well. I still try to group them in the same colors or the same tone. So it may not be the exact same item, but they group together well.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
I'm trying to think like over here, as an example of this shelf here. I don't have a lot of the same stuff, but I guess you see that. So I only have 3 green vases. Okay. So I put 3 green vases there, and then I throw in a basket with some texture. And then down here, I have a couple more baskets with texture. So this pillow you'll find with all the other pillows, but it's also here. Pots are all the same color, you know, so I don't have a lot of the same stuff, but the same tones.
Perfect.
I mean, that's what I've been seeing works. I still have a ton to learn, but my sales were really great this weekend, and I really think it must have a lot to do with it. So I don't know.
I think that you're totally right. I think that even though our eye sees a lot of merchandise, grouping it by tones, grouping it by colors, grouping it by sizes, it's more peaceful, even though it still sparks that creativity by seeing all the variety. And so I totally get that. Amber says, how does a fiber artist group her items? Which she's kind of laughing at herself. But
probably the same thing. Maybe the fibers that are in the same tone, you know, I guess. Is fabric? She sells fabric?
Yeah, she makes the earrings, she makes keychains, she's starting to make the wall hangings.
Yeah, I mean that's a little different, I guess. Maybe what you display them on could be cool and cohesive. Like maybe you have 3 stands and all the stands are the same wood tone, or you know, and kind of create cohesiveness with what's around it. So then your products that are colorful don't get lost.
No, that's
a
great idea. Because she paints as well. She could paint her stands to all be the same color,
right?
Be all the same, but have the similar items, but different.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nancy says, I worked at Crate and Barrel when it first started, and their concept for display was to make things accessible to be able to touch and pick up. Also did things in masses. Yeah, I can see that same concept with what we experienced when we were at Magnolia, because you have such a large quantity of people coming through. You stack your items really deep, but it's like they only had 5 of this to choose from.
Yeah.
They went really deep.
Whereas, well, you know, the other store that we went to, I was telling Debbie, actually impacted me more, which was, I mean, I love JoJo, don't get me wrong, but I can't relate as much because I'm a totally different type of store. But the other one across Findings or
oh my gosh, I was with you.
Yeah. That was more
Finding, guys, what was that?
Foundings or something like that. I don't.
Okay, well, I feel silly, but yes, we were in there together, and that was
more of a vintage, more of a, like, I love their vignettes. Like they just set up like a little table, and then they had a little satay, and then I related more with that. So, I really was inspired by them a lot. And then of course I took a little bit of what I saw at Magnolia too, just with the tones and that kind of thing. But I mean, she's in a different realm of traffic and inventory, and it's not as relatable, you know, but
for space, I was most excited for you for her space, because she has a similar aesthetic, I feel like, to your look, where neutral and textures are what really make up the complexity and the interest in your store and in your style and design.
Right,
it's
right.
The
exactly. Findery. Yes, I loved them. Loved that store.
They had some cool light fixtures.
It was a cool building.
Yeah, that's it was like this, I don't know, 4,000 square foot building. So you had your bottom story and then the top story, and you had those old wood stairs. And so we were in
definite goals. Loved it.
Yes.
Brick walls.
So much fun. All right. Well, for one, this was a change for me to have a store tour. So
Nice.
I've seen your pictures when you first opened, girl, but I have not seen a tour of your store. And when we do our calls, you're usually sitting in one spot.
Yes.
So this was a nice treat for me. And I think everybody else on here enjoyed this as well. Now, if they're near you or within an hour or so of you, how do they sign up? How do they get on your guest list to join a workshop, Becca?
So they should like our Facebook page. They should message us on Facebook, and we will take it from there.
Okay, and that is Miller's Crossing. Michelle, if you're still on here, will you grab her Facebook page link for everybody that might also be watching the replay? Guys, it would mean the world to me if you would like and follow Becca and Miller's Crossing. She works her tail off. I can tell you that if she's doing 2 to 3 classes, she and her assistant Jules, who works at the store, they are working their tails off to make the store clean, inviting, and stocked and updated, and all of the things that it takes. Carrie Johnson, thank you so much for that. So the goal of having my guests on here is for them to meet this community and put your arms around her and love on her and embrace her, and just give her words of encouragement for offering a space for her area to really come to and hang out. And like she said, there's a group of women who come almost every single week. So that says a lot about you, sister. That also says a lot about your store. Kimberly Ryder's, who's on here, she's opening her store.
Yes.
You had the opportunity of visiting with her at the retreat.
Yes. Anything you need help with, reach out to me, hon.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much for that. If anybody has any questions and you're watching the replay, be sure you tag her. Otherwise, we will catch you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Central Time. Matt and I will be on here. Becca, I'm going to actually let you, there it is, Heather Watson, thank you. I'm going to let you sign off. I have to announce our finalists for the Spread Love giveaway. We are giving away Miss Frenchie, and I have narrowed it down. We have our 3 nominees, and I want to read those before we go tonight. So, Becca, great. Thank you so much.
Bye, honey.
Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Isn't she wonderful? She's beautiful. She's been working her tail off. What she didn't tell you, and I say this every time I try to embarrass her, like I won't stop. She got voted most likely to succeed at boot camp in 2017 when Debbie saw something in her that this was before she had her store and before she was doing her workshops. Debbie pulled her in front of everybody and said, I'd like to give you this award. Becca just has a strong sense of, she has a keen eye for color. She has a sense of taste. And all of that kind of comes through in her work. And she noticed that right away about her. So I love her too. I want to announce our 3 finalists, and the link to the Spread Love giveaway is available right now for you guys to go and start your voting. You're going to have 3 or 4 days. I think we're going to announce the winner on Wednesday. I have that link here. Is Michelle, let me see. Let me see if she's on here. I'm going to go ahead and post. I think this is the link. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, that was the StreamYard link to join the live. So hold on. All right, we'll just see if Michelle's on here and if she pops on. That way we can get the link to you to start your voting. So here are the nominees, or the finalists. You guys, thank you for everybody. Everybody's worthy. Everybody deserves something fun and wonderful. Alice, honey, you were nominated, and I want to give you, you were nominated by Lisa Dixon, Alice. So are you still on here? Alice, I want to give you something because I didn't put you with the finalists, but I have something that I thought you might enjoy more than Miss Frenchie, the dresser. And so I have something because Lisa Dixon nominated you. I want to give that to you as well. You guys, Alice is on YouTube and she pops on as much as she can. She usually has to watch the replay, but she's been asking for your prayers for her family, for her daughter. And I have something for her if she's still on here. I did not. Okay, she's still on here. Hold on. So in my YouTube group, I do a monthly tutorial, a painting, and this month's was on cosmos. And so I put together a little tutorial showing how I did pink canvases or pink cosmos. And Alice, I would like to gift this canvas to you. So I would love to get your mailing address if possible, please. I thought this might be something that would remind you that your friends on here amongst this community are rooting for you and your family and wishing you well, and that they just want to lift you up. So I thought this would be a reminder. And so I would love to actually send this painting to you as a bouquet that you could look at daily that would hopefully put a smile on your face, Alice, I hope. But you can thank Miss Lisa Dixon for this. She wanted to nominate you, and I thought the dresser would be beautiful, but I also thought that the painting would maybe be something that you would enjoy. So Alice, if you'll email me and give me your address, I would like to send that to you. Thank you. Okay, so I just right off the bat, guys, we had one person that was nominated 5 times. 5 times. Thank you all. Thank you all. So Miss Cheyenne Lunsford, she's our first finalist for the Spread Love giveaway. I'm just going to read. I have all of these from you 5 that nominated her. But I'm just going to read the one that her mama sent her. Her mama nominated her. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Christy Lunsford nominated her daughter, Cheyenne. She was nominated by 5 different people, all on here. I also had the pleasure of meeting Cheyenne twice, once in September and once in October. She came to the Waco retreat as well as McKinney, Texas, and hung out with her mama and just fit in right here. You are very welcome, Alice. Trust me, I'm happy to do so. You have our prayers, sister. Cheyenne is she has a wonderful giving heart. She also came on here as a guest, you guys, on Friday night 2 weeks ago. We busted her on here, and she said hello and told us a little bit about herself. She came from a very broken, abusive home. So Christy and her husband adopted her. Her birth record stated she was full term, but only weighed 3 pounds, 15 ounces. The doctors wrote the diagnosis, fetal alcohol syndrome baby, and in these records, CPS recorded the birth mother. The birth mother drank a case of alcohol a day and took drugs every day while she was pregnant with Cheyenne. She's our miracle child. And for her, we prayed. God placed her in her home, and I'm so forever thankful. And we have many other people that nominated Cheyenne. So we have picked her as one of our finalists. We also have a nomination from Silly at Heart, and I don't actually know who sent that, but I'm going to have to find out because I know they're in my creative connection. They nominated Miss Tianette Major. And they said, I just met her at the retreat in Waco, but in a few moments I chatted with her and heard her story, and it just moved my heart. I think her driving all by herself for days was huge, and for her and for us. I wanted her to know that she's loved so much. Keep in mind, this is someone that nominated her that just met her a few weeks ago. She is talented and she just needs encouragement from others. And I think this dresser will be a great reminder to her that she is thought of, she is loved, she is noticed, and it will hopefully get her motivated to tap into her passions, her talents, and to continue to create a very bright future for herself. So the third finalist was from Kathy Johnson, and she nominated Carrie Lynn Negro. And she said, this is my daughter. She's a mom of 4 young kids. This image so reminds me of her being pulled in about 15 different directions. And so if you haven't seen Miss Frenchie is this dresser that I have. I put the bubblegum yum print bubbles on there with the woman in the curlers. And I put some funky designs on it, kind of the retro lines and swirls on it. She's a Cub Scout leader, church team leader, run a collection of Samaritan's Purse shoeboxes. She leads VBS. She volunteers at schools. She made and donated tons of masks. She pretty much is there if anyone needs help. she sets up, all the while caring for her family and fighting a serious autoimmune disease. Her kids have multiple activities in their sports, youth groups, scouts, competitions. She's absolutely amazing. And so for that, Carrie, T, and Cheyenne, you are our 3 finalists. I asked people to nominate someone that goes above and beyond, and I know a lot of you do. A lot of you are watching. You go above and beyond. And listen, you're so welcome, Alice. Listen, when COVID started, Matt and I just made this commitment to keep this going for as long as COVID is affecting all of our lives and our people and our families. And so it's just a thing for me to remind you all, there are simple acts of kindness that you can do every single day. A few words, a compliment, and don't forget yourself. Don't forget yourself in doing kind things for yourself. Okay? So, Alice, email me your address, sweetheart. And all of you who took the time to nominate someone, thank you for those few minutes in your day. If you click on the link and you go and nominate them right now, let me see if I can get that on here, because I don't see Michelle coming back on. Let me see. I might be able to put this in the comments, you guys. Okay, I can get it right here. Actually, hang on. I got a better idea. Hold on. Ha! That was faster. There we go. Okay, so now it's there for all of the ladies and gentlemen who are watching the replay. There it is right there. So it's on YouTube and it's on Facebook. You guys, that's the link that you can nominate. Vote for the person. We actually had one person send $100 for the shipping. So we have $100 of that already covered for the shipping. So the piece is a dresser. And I know, look at me, Karen. I'm like, man, I'm smarter. Alice says, I need to tell you all that you enrich my life and my spirit. This is truly about love, and I am so grateful to this beautiful community. You have done my heart good. Honey, you've done our heart good. And I know that you usually end up having to catch the replay, but the fact that you come on here and support me personally and support others, it's a simple act of kindness, and that's what we're doing. That's what the Spread Love giveaway is. Derek says he voted. So thank you to the person that donated the $100. That is exactly what Spread Love is about. It doesn't have to be money. So if it's something that you just offer a kind gesture, offer a compliment, say a word on social media, somehow lifting somebody's spirit, that's all this is about. Just pay it forward. Pay it forward. Thank you, Laura. Kindness matters every single day. It certainly does. And I appreciate all of you. Matt and I will be back on Sunday night at 8:30 Central Time. And I am not sure what I'm going to work on, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Joanne and Karen have all voted. You guys, I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.